Hi, everybody. We are getting started here. Taking as long as I can to sit down. Don't fuck. I've been sitting all day today at the flight, which I am lucky to be able to say I get. But doesn't mean I want to all the time. Get set up really quick. Get to submit your taxes, like first step, do whatever you gotta do. Appreciate y'all for being here. Alright. Alright. You ready for this? It is another stream. Today we are going to be working on our islands, and just to catch anyone up who hasn't been here over the course of this series, we got pre-classic, classic, in dev over here. Okay? Oh, some of you have gotten like a lot more creative. Wow. Inf dev. And then over here we got alpha. It's getting a long flight here, guys. It is a really long flight. And then finally you've got beta. Now, we are down to the full release versions of the game. So 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all the way clear on up to 1.21.9 at the Copper Age. So I'm hoping to get like 2 or 3 islands done today, because 1.0 contains the end and a couple of other features like that. 1.1 and 1.2 are smaller in scale. So I'm kind of hoping we can get through all that, but we'll have to wait and see. But yes, there is a bot. Let's take care of that, shall we? But let's make sure it never happens again by copying and pasting that lovely little website they gave me. All right. Let's see. Where do I need to go put that? Let's go find... Can I find, like, mod mode? Where's mod mode? There it is. Boop. Do not talk. You do not permission to speak, King. Okay. Blocked terms. Peakpie.com ad. Alright. There we go. Another one blocked. Another one blocked. What you gonna do about it, huh? Hello, Frog. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. And Zinder, good to see you both. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Alright. We are good to go, I believe. Yes, no 1.14 today, but the hope right now is that 1.14 will be in the coming week, maybe 2 weeks. But it is on the docket, definitely. It's just there's so many big updates leading up to it. You know, like I said, today we're only just now hitting 1.0. I'm hoping to start taking this a little more seriously and getting a little more done every stream in the next couple of, like, weeks. Because I really want this video to be done at some point. And it would be really important to me that, you know, all these islands are built when we are starting to record the video. Because tomorrow, we are going to probably get the announcement for the release date for the Copper Age update. This is the update that's got copper golems, copper armor and tools, and shelf block. If you haven't seen any of that stuff, I can quickly show you. Here's your copper tools and armor, horse armor as well, and nuggets. And then, of course, you got the copper golem, copper chests, lanterns, torches, and the bars as well. And then if you're wanting to see it, we also have shelf blocks. So all of the different colors of wood, and they all display up to 3 items each. I believe that's all that's really in that update. I have to review it myself so that I can make an announcement video about it when they do announce the announcement. Yeah. Anyway, all that said, you've got that coming out very soon. But we also have the next game drop being announced as well, which will probably release holidays in December, if I had to guess. But it could even release earlier than that. and maybe even in November. We can quickly just look and see, and I can tell you guys when it would probably be announced to release. But let's just look. Minecraft. Let's go to version history. Okay. Java edition, which would be in the full release versions of the game. Where is the full release? I got beta, alpha, indev, classic. There's the version history. Okay, 1.21. The Garden Awakens would have been what would have been announced last year. So developmental release was October 30th, 2024, and the full release was December 3rd. So expect it to happen probably mid-December, if I had to guess. We'll just have to wait and see. Ads, are you gonna still be streaming at 6 or 7 p.m.? No pun intended. What time is it right now for you? I'm assuming you're talking about your time. Now they're over. I can't control when they start for you. I can just tell you when they're supposed to start. But yes, now they are over. It's usually like within 15 seconds of that, but yeah. It's 6:07. Okay, so tomorrow I will not be streaming at that time. I'll be streaming at 12 for you for the Minecraft Live coverage. If you're asking when I finish this series, if I'm going to still be streaming at this time, yes, I will. I will either be starting a new series like a hardcore world or just even a forever world type of thing. I may take some time to play on some other people's servers and introduce you guys to their communities. We'll see. I'm kind of toying around with that idea. But overall, I'm just gonna keep having fun. I'm gonna keep streaming for sure, even after this series is all said and done. All right. So last time we built this, which is all of Minecraft Beta 1.0 to Beta 1.8. Beta 1.9 was what eventually became Minecraft 1.0 release. So we'll get there when we get there. So here we go. In beta, they added villages, but there were no villagers yet. Which contained, very basic structure type of stuff. Some wheat fields, some torch towers, wells, and little houses, things like that. And then, of course, pathways. Now, our new villages that were added in 1.14, of course, look a little nicer than this. So those will be portrayed in the 1.14 building. Now, over here, also, they added spruce trees and birch trees, as well as these lovely structures that you probably know and love, mine shafts, and strongholds. Now, funnily enough, strongholds did not have the end portal frame in this version of the game, so if you loaded in your stronghold and you updated to the 1.0 release, you had a stronghold without a portal frame, which is very interesting. And I guess really quick, these are the blocks that were added in the game. So pistons, repeaters, some very good blocks. All the colors of the wool were added back into the game. They used to be called cloth, now they're called wool. And all the colors, like I said, were re-added. Cake, and beds, and dyes, and food, and ender pearls. I believe endermen were also added in the beta versions of the game. So a lot of really, really cool features, really, I guess. I mean, these were features that are now well beloved in the game. I can't imagine a world without redstone repeaters, to be honest with you. Or without ender pearls and state and even melons and pumpkins. I don't use melons a bunch, but pumpkins are kind of nice. They are, and I think pumpkin seeds were added. Yep. So yeah, you'll see the development throughout this whole series. It'll keep going. This series will never end unless Minecraft stops updating. Exactly, Frog. Exactly. This series will keep going forever and ever and ever. Hopefully, my thought is that I will catch up to development so that we're only building like one island every couple of months when a new drop comes out, but we'll have to wait and see when that happens. Right now, we're still, technically speaking, if we're only going by major versions, it's going to be 21 updates behind. But I'm going to include 1.21 broken up into several different ones based on the game drops as well. And then there's a couple of smaller miniature updates throughout time as well that are big enough that I feel like they deserve their own small island, if anything. April Fools. Yes, there will be a few April Fools islands as well. Ideally, all of them will be included. But those will be added after we do all the full release versions of the game, just because there is a lot. There is a lot of those. And they're kind of hard to portray without the blocks that they introduce. Like, for example, the potato dimension. The potato update was kind of crazy. So to, like, actually try to portray that is going to be a little difficult, but I would like to do that. 2 or 3. There's... How many April Fool's updates are there? I mean... They've been doing one almost every single year, I believe, since 1.0's release. So it's probably got about 16 updates, if I had to guess. Just put grass with a bunch of potatoes and item frames. Honestly, that might just be good enough. You're gonna be an 85-year-old man by the end of this series. Probably. I'm gonna be very old when we're finally done. But the fun part is, like, so every update that we get added to Minecraft, or every year I might just do, we're going to do a video recapping every update in Minecraft so that people have a full guide to it that's updated to the newest version of the game. Because I know there's a lot of new players who want to go back and find out the history of the game and see all these old features like the Farlands. And then there's also a lot of cool things like... there's a lot of older players who started way back here in Alpha and Beta, and they want to catch up to what is going on in Minecraft today and what happened, you know? So it's my hope that we can kind of go through and really recap all of that for people. And also, of course, I would really love to help people put names to face. So talking about big YouTubers of the time, pop culture moments like who was the president of the United States during that time period, when the update came out, popular games, sporting events, major news, albums that existed, you know, all those kinds of things. I want that to be a huge part of the video in talking about what's going on, at least for the first video. Now, every edition of this, every year that we do this video, it's gonna probably be a little different, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think it is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. I need to make sure I'm all caught up. I can't wait for shelves to be used as vertical slabs, right? Yeah. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired, but I'm chilling. Let's see. I'm not gonna have internet for 2 hours max, so still streaming at 8 p.m. today. I should still be live, yes. I should be. In 1.12, you should put either... You should put the Nether Portal of Glass Panes and Herobrine Shrine, please. In 1.12? I mean, the Herobrine stuff was, like, way earlier than 1.12. But I will be the Aether. Oh, okay. Well, for 1.12, what I'm thinking is that's the World of Color update, right? So that was Concrete. Which is honestly an underrated block. It was Concrete, and I want to say the debug stick may have been added in the snapshots of that, which, if you guys don't know what the debug stick is, Allow me to show you the power of the debug stick. This is like a highly underrated feature here. See that? Like, I can... I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember, how do you... So you can set it to east. There we go, okay. So now I can change it, you know. It's pretty cool stuff, really. Nobody ever remembers this thing, but it is like a builder's dream. It's really, really cool. Now you can use that for fences, and I think you can even use it on buttons. Let's see. I want to change it. Oh, I could change the grass. Okay, I want to change the facing west. I can't really do much with it apparently, but the idea is there at least. With grass, you can make it quote unquote snowy. The top looks gray, but you know, the rest of it looks snowy, I guess. It's an interesting thing. I really do love the debug stick. Thank you for the lurk, Frog. Appreciate it. Hello, guest 777. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. No one redeemed first. 15 minutes late. Still got first. Congrats, Nathan. 10th time getting first. GG's, dude. Welcome on in. Yes, nobody collected first. I was kind of waiting to see if somebody would catch it or not, but Nathan, as always, is first. Congrats, dude. I forgot about that. Fair enough. Torch. Yes, torches. Those are another one. Can't. Really? I thought for sure you could. I think you can do it with the door. Facing... There we go. It's like you can do some weird things with it. West, south, north. So you do have to shift click it. That's what I was doing wrong. But once you have it, it's not too bad. Some really interesting things. Don't speak English, just a few sentences cut. I'm sorry, I don't speak any other languages, so I'm not sure how well we'll be able to communicate, but I'll do my best. Just please keep chat English only if at all possible. Always on the ball, always, always. On a wall? You can do it with it on a wall? I suppose you can. Look at that. It's very interesting things that you can do with it. Jimmy Donaldson, hello, Echo Pixel. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Alright, let me go ahead and pull up Minecraft 1.0, which was beta 1.9. Let's see. The Adventure Update Part 2. Which featured some new mobs. It also featured... What else did it feature? New blocks like the cauldron, brewing stand, enchantment table, lily pads. The end. A lot of cool things like this. Goodbye for like 30 minutes. I'll be back. All right, sounds good, Zender. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Pointless Plays. Hello. Welcome on in on the YouTube side. How are you doing, dude? Scrap. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Remember these were the islands I first met you on? Yeah, I've been building these islands for a little while, so we're starting to get a little faster here, so I'm hoping that we can beat it. We can beat my goal. I want to finish it by the end of October, in all honesty, which means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 streams that I need to try to finish all of these updates on. I don't know if we'll be able to, but my hope is that we will. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so Beta 1.0.0 is the second and last release of the Adventure Update and the first full version of the game. It was released on November 18th, 2011, during Minecon 2011, marking the game as officially released after 2.5 years, or 916 days of development. This version adds brewing, enchanting, the end, hardcore mode, breeding, and more. It is the last version of Minecraft Notch developed before he gave the creative development position to Jens Bergensten, aka Jeb. Initially named Beta 1.9, Mojang instead opted to release this update under the name Minecraft 1.0.0. But this decision was made after development versions tagged as Beta 1.9 were already released. So all pre-releases for this version are labeled as Beta 1.9. A build of this version made specifically for showcase that Minecraft 2011 exists, published inside a password-protected 7-zip file called tominecon.7z, which differs from the release. Okay. You have no use here. Goodbye. Which differs from the release build by one line of code to fix an authentication bug caused by parsing the server ID as decimal instead of hexadecimal. File was put up on assets.minecraft.net file server before the Mojang employees flew from Sweden to the USA, so they could access a build of 1.0 from there before the official release of that version. People have extracted the file and decrypted the password. Wow. That's really interesting that somebody has a pre-release build of that. Not just a developmental build, but like a showcase version. That's actually insane. I can't stay, but just want to say hi. No worries, dude. Good to see you as always, though. I bet you could do it. I think I can. I mean, if we average 2 islands per, we should be done before the end of October. Especially when we do the 12-hour stream at some point also in October. If all goes to plan, anyway, there will be a 12-hour stream where I will do that. I'm thinking it's going to be October 14th. No, 13th. Sorry. That's Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day, here in the US at least. So, some people have school off on that day, and some people even get work off. So I'm hoping that, you know, that will at least make up for the fact that I can't do it on a weekend, really. Otherwise, I may be able to push it back to a weekend, but it may end up clear back in November. With the way the health world is kind of going, for me personally, I don't know where I'm going to be in October. It may just say, I may have to say, yeah, we're waiting till November anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, it's been a little bit of time here. We need to go ahead and start. So, in terms of World Gen, I need to see here. They added some biomes. They added the Frozen Ocean, Frozen River, Ice Mountains. They re-added Ice Plains, Mushroom Islands, the End, and then Nether Fortresses were also added to the game. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a Mushroom Island. And then we'll also build an end portal room underneath that island. We'll build an end island and a small nether island with a nether fortress on it. And I think... Oh, the villager was also added. We'll figure out a way to display all the mobs properly, but... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. I'll bring that over here, just so I can see it. And we're gonna fly over in this direction a couple of blocks. This music is so nostalgic for me. Alright, we're gonna put it here. Slash place, or slash set block, sorry. Mycelium. Boop. As you can see, mycelium. We're just gonna build a small island here. Nothing too crazy, but just a little something something. Ba-ba-bum. And then I guess what we need to do is we just need to make it look like a mushroom island. That's all we have to do. And we'll move on from there. By probably putting the end portal in the bottom of it. And then I guess after that we'll do... That's definitely big enough. We'll do a nether back there. And it'll have a little nether fortress on it, and then we'll put the end over there. With a couple of pillars. And then we need to put some villagers on here. Just to show that the villagers do exist. I could also put a hardcore heart somewhere, just to show that the hardcore version of the game was added, but I don't know if I will or not. We'll see. In the meantime, let's just focus on trying to fill in everything. Time is too short to be debating on this. So, I have been carefully examining Minecraft's posts on social media, and they are teasing some interesting things out there right now. So, I don't know what's going on exactly, but I think we know what the next update's gonna contain, at least a little bit. I believe it was on Instagram, they showcased that there was something mysterious that killed a player underwater. We don't know what it was, however, they did blur out the name of it, so it's a new creature of some type, more than likely, or it's an update to a pre-existing one. Judging by the fact that they hid a lot of details about it, I'm thinking it's a brand new creature. There's only a few creatures that have been teased over the last couple of years that it could be. One could be a shark. Mojang has realized recently that players want what they want, not what's always realistic at times, so fireflies being re-added to the game. Well, not re-added. They were never added in the first place, but they were promised at one point. So, you know, that's like one example of Mojang kind of walking back on saying they weren't going to do something. So a shark could be a possibility. However, it could also be something that they also said they would never add and instead get rid of forever. And that would have been... I believe it was Minecraft Mob D in the very first Minecraft Mob vote back in 2017. Back when it was called Minecon Live, I believe. They had this creature that was theorized to pull players down under the water. And if they tried to like swim across or if they tried to boat across, it would pull them down. So that's like a really popular belief right now. Some people have kind of done some research on it. it could be called the Nautilus, which would make sense. And also, you know, Nautilus shells do need a better... You need a better way to obtain them in the game. In my humble opinion, anyway. So maybe adding these as a creature that you could kill to get the Nautilus shell would be kind of nice. However, also today on Twitter, Minecraft posted a Steve walking across the screen, and he dropped a saddle for some purpose. We don't really know what that entails. Some people are thinking that it could be for dolphins. I'm a little hesitant to say we're going to be able to ride dolphins anytime soon, but maybe. But I do think some sort of aquatic mob is going to be rideable. Whether that means we're going to be able to ride the Nautilus, if that's what's coming to the game, or we're able to ride a dolphin or a shark or what have you. You know, I don't know if it's going to be a new creature or an old one. Or alternatively, it means they're going to be re-examining horses and updating them. There was a pig in a minecart sitting next to the Steve. So there's a very good chance that what you may see there instead is that they update just general mount riding. Because right now, mounts aren't really all that helpful when you have Elytra. So it's kind of like one of those things I don't foresee. I don't know if we'll get an underwater mob other than the fact that you can ride skeleton horses. And they do work underwater as well, or they're supposed to. Another mob that's supposed to work underwater that is not obtainable in the game is the zombie horse. So there's a very good chance that that could also end up coming to the game at some point in time. In fact, I can actually show you the zombie horse because it is right here. It actually has a full-on spawn egg. As you can see, it is a real thing. So I could foresee them adding that even as a possibility. We'll just have to wait and see. Whatever it is, it looks like there may be some stuff to do with the ocean, at least in the update. Which means, you know, a little bit more life down there isn't gonna kill us. That's good. Well, some of the life down there might kill us. It may be a little hostile. We're still waiting to see that one. But, you know, my whole point there is, like, we've got a lot of cool updates coming our way. Those are all just theories, obviously. I can't speak on behalf of Mojang, but I can at least say that the posts that they're putting out there do seem to at least be leaning that way. That there may be some updates to do with water and with the and with the possibility of a mount. My hope is that this is going to be a larger drop since it's for the end of the year. I don't know what that might look like, though. You could even see maybe an underwater wood type. That's not something I think we've ever seen before. But, you know, it's been a while. It's been about a year since we've gotten another wood type in the game, you know. Pale oak was the last wood type. So there's like a chance, albeit a small chance, that maybe we get a new type of wood as well, which would be kind of nice. We'll have to wait and see. What's going on, guests? You're typing. I haven't been able to see any of your other messages. Don't see them. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, back down. We'll do like this sort of deal. Okay. We'll come right about here. And then right about here as well. Okay. It needs like a little curve to it. Something kind of like that. Which means we need this to kind of come up and back just a little bit. Just to kind of finish this thought a little bit. There we are, that's better. Okay. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of mushrooms. And let's go ahead and grab some bone meal. But go here and here. Okay, that's good. All that we need now is just like a couple of the smaller ones. Up. Okay. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. So now what we need... I guess is... I had to decide which part of the Nether Fortress I want to build. And then I also need to decide how I want to do the end. I don't really know. That is the truth. Okay, let's do like... Let's just quickly look and see what we've got on the on the list. Found a bot, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Alright, so on the update list for the Nether Fortress. Okay. I want to check the history on it and just make sure they add any... Let me just see what the screenshot was that he posted. It's back there, I just can't see it. Okay. Okay, what about this one? I see it in this picture. Okay, it looks like your standard run-of-the-mill. Okay, what about this one? Can't see it. Okay. That's fine. That is fine. In that case, let me just find... I think I can do /place, and it should work. So let me come over here. Alright. Just a little ways away from that, because I don't want to ruin it. /place. Structure. Nether. Okay, fortress. Just fortress. Oh. I did. I thought I was gonna have like an opportunity to pick like one part of the fortress. I didn't. Also, can we just like appreciate how awesome this fortress generated? Like, this is awesome. Okay, how do I fix it? That is the question. That is the question. I'm thinking from right here, set block. Here. Okay. And we gotta go all the way over here. You know, I just realized that that block that I was trying to change is going to stay the same. I need to set it to the actual block that it is. So 72 negative 663. There we go. Now I can come all the way over here. Okay. Right about here. No. How do you do this? Air. Is it /fill that I'm thinking of? I am. Okay, that block limit is killing me, man. How am I supposed to do this? Gosh. I don't have world edit. This sucks. Didn't really do what it was supposed to do. Hang on. Wait, what? Oh. I copied the wrong thing. Okay. Well, that would explain it. That's my bad. Okay, how do I fix this? Because the command is too big to run to clear out everything. Okay, TNT, lots of TNT. I don't know if that's, like, gonna be efficient, though. That's the thing. Why is the /fill command so bad? It only can do 32,768 blocks. Like, it should be able to do more. It should be able to do a lot more than that. That's the thing. How could I... Is there a way to extend the theoretical limit on that? Other than, like, world edit? I can't get world edit for the version I'm running. Also, hi Mumbo, welcome on in, hope you're doing well. I suppose, huh. Yeah, no, the problem is, like, set block only sets one block. I need to set a series of blocks. Can I... It's the 15-bit integer limit, but that's the thing. Minecraft doesn't need to run on that anymore. Like... It's such an arbitrary number to pull on there. At this day and age, anyway. You know, the way the game is built on the back end, surely it's not limited to 15-bit integer limit. Huh. Also the limit for enchants. That feels like it would be really easy architecture for them to upgrade. I mean, enchants make sense because we don't have a level that needs to be that high. But, you know, for commands in specific, I feel like it should be a lot higher. Something about the Java code. Well, I mean, yeah, the reason we have integer bit limits, it makes sense. That's just how it works. But Minecraft runs on, what is it, 32-bit now? It could easily be upgraded to 64-bit. It wouldn't be hard. There's just no reason for them to upgrade to 64-bit, in all honesty. We could, give or take, actually take, you could take, I suppose, you could take about, quadruple the size of the world by bumping it up to 32-bit. Or not 32-bit, 64-bit, sorry. Don't know why you would. But why not, you know? That kind of deal. If that's why they're doing the 16-bit integer limit. I don't know why they would do it, but... I mean, like, yes, like you said, that's how it was back in 2012, 2013. You know... enchants were added at full release, for example. Which is going to be over here. So it's very likely that that was just implemented back then, but why have we not gone back through and retroactively fix all those issues, I do not know. Well, just like peel that back a little bit. Okay. So 32-bit is how we got the Farlands in the first place. This is true. Computers just really don't like going past that limit unless you have it hard-coded that you can. But like you said, create some really interesting things. I really wish they would actually embrace those limitations a little bit more and add features that intentionally bug out like that. Because it was cool. Let's try this. Too big. Buy a long shot. I don't even know if I can do this. Like, it's kind of silly how small this is. It's laughable. Okay, let's put that at 10. Okay, 22. 32. Okay, 60. Wow. It did a whole lot of nothing. Pretty much, yeah. I think we could probably drop it down like 55. Dare I say we even try to go down to 50? Yeah, it's too much. Okay. Farlands are literally a real-time integer overload, but it also means that after a certain distance, the Farland hits the integer limit of the overload as well. That's true. That is true. Honestly, like I said, though, you could bring back the Farlands because of the fact that we have 64-bit and eventually we'll have commercially and, well, consumer readily available 128-bit integer limit. Beyond that, you know, we're probably gonna skip 128 in all honesty and jump to 256. It just makes more sense to do that. We tend to do that with technology a lot as we skip things. The Farlands went 4 times over the integer limit before they disappeared. Jeez. That's awesome, though. Actually kind of crazy. 52. 53. Okay. And then what I need to do is go from 53 down to 40. A little less than that, 41. Okay, and then from 41 down to 31. 31 down to 21. 11 down to 21 down to 11. 11 down to 1. 0 down to negative 11. Negative 11 down to negative 21. 31. 41. 51. 61. And then 64. Okay, we got rid of that little section. The rest of this, I guess, is... I do not want to build a mega nether. I really don't. But that was a pain in the butt to do. Thank you for spending your taxes, Ellen Lee. Hello, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy. Hello, hello. So I made a mistake. Would it be easier to admit my mistake and try to, like, figure out something else? Sure. And you know what? I could do something else, because I gotta wait to record this video anyway until there's a version of the game and a mod that supports Axiom or World Edit, either of the two, because of the Farlands way out there. Can I just, like, bump that up so you guys can see it? The Farlands way over there, I need to extend it so that you guys will actually be able to see it go on a little bit deeper. So I may just wait to remove this, and then what I can do instead is slash. Fortress. No. How would you... You can't place, like, individual pieces of the fortress, it looks like. Unless you took, like, a structure block, maybe. But then you'd have to find the exact name of the structure. Oh, that would be pain. Okay, it's fine. I'll figure it out when we get there. For now, this is fine, okay? This is fine. It's okay. It's okay. But over here, on the other hand, it's not okay. We need to place some end stone right about here. Slash set block right here, end stone. Boop. Alright, Minecraft Beta 1.0, woo! Or not beta, Minecraft 1.0, woo, yay! This is a long time ago, too. The original end fight was kind of crazy, too. It was really weird. Until they adopted the console edition strategy. Which, arguably, pretty solid. If I remember correctly, there were, like, pillars randomly generated throughout the end. They weren't, like, specifically in a circle. It was very different. What we know and some of us love today. It was very, very different. Let's do, how are we doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. I'm hanging in there. Life has been kind of crazy, but it's been good today. Today at least, yeah. Very busy day. I got some work to do. I don't know if I told you guys, but my dad, he's got me doing a little bit of work for him that's gonna pay. So I'm hopeful that I can do it and do it in a timely manner for him. But that'll kind of help keep me afloat for a little bit longer until a job lands my way. Plenty of Minecraft news coming up. I'm so excited. Tomorrow we've got Minecraft Live. It's looking like it might be a good one. We'll see. Although I really just do enjoy every Minecraft update and every Minecraft Live. A lot of people trash that, but I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing to enjoy things. That's just me, though. That's just me. But yeah, it's been a pretty good time lately. You know what I could do? Do like this sort of deal here. Gotta like round it all out, or square it all off, sorry. This future me's problem. Exactly. You had the far lands, then the spaghetti lands, then the patch lands, and then finally the pillar lands. Yes. Minecraft had some really interesting bugs to do with that. And I mean, they still do exist to a certain degree. Like in Bedrock, you've got like the stripe lands that happen. That was a really interesting one. It's very interesting how all those things manifest in different versions of the game, too. Hello, Navin. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. How are you doing, Lee? It's good to see you. Okay. Back. Okay. /Bill. Here in stone. I might just kind of leave a similar deal for the bottom of the island then, if I'm gonna have to come back and do this end island later anyway, because I messed up. It may just be well enough that I can... Yeah. I think that's a wonderful idea. I can't pick block that. Okay. Bedrock. This isn't right, is it? Okay, hang on. Alright, torches. And egg. And egg. I think that's actually right. Hold on. I don't know. Nepter, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm sick at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that, Lee. I hope you feel better soon. I know a lot of people have been sick lately, so... hopefully you can feel better soon. One of my friends called me earlier in the week, and they were sick, so... it's always a bummer. Always a bummer. I forget you have a reference image as you make these builds. Sometimes I do pull up a reference image, so like, back here... I use the reference image for the village, just a little bit. The village house and structures, all of those were referenced. The Farlands, I had a small reference image, but I didn't really utilize it all that much. If it's a structure, I usually do, though. Otherwise, it's just kind of based off of what the list tells me exists. Because all the terrain is pretty easy to just kind of guess your way through it. This, on the other hand, I summoned in and I messed up greatly. So yeah. That was a time. That was a mistake. A mistake indeed. I need to clear up something. I'm lagging just a smidge. Okay, bop. 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 Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm doing all right. I guess some stuff happened at school that wasn't very fun to watch. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Hopefully, wasn't too bad. And if it was bad, hopefully it's all dealt with now. Gonna go up. This can't be the right size. Gotta be a 3x3. Hang on. No, right here. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that's ugly. Okay, it needs to be higher. Go with one of these. We're not gonna do the full 8 towers. We're gonna just kind of do our own thing. But yeah, we'll put it up. I'm determined to get better soon. I can't be sick at the start of spooky season. Exactly. You gotta be able to enjoy all the fall flavors and maybe watch some scary movies occasionally. You know, it's a part of the vibe. Being sick just ruins it. Although sometimes it also helps it. I don't know. October is fast approaching, which does scare me a little bit because I have had a tendency to get sick during October. I only get sick really like once a year. And it's usually near the end of the year. So I'm really holding on to hope that it won't happen again this year. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to think, did I get sick at all this year really outside of a couple of headaches? Can't think so. I don't think so. Curious about how your builds go. It just looked like you freehanded it. Usually I do when it comes to like general builds, but with these builds in specific, for accuracy's sake, I do tend to pull up a reference image. Like all the islands, for example, those are all freehand. That portal right there was freehand. I think you could probably have told that. It's not right. Wait a minute. Isn't it like that? That looks more right to me. I'm Googling it. I'm Googling it. Minecraft end portal. Yep, that's what it is. That's also 1, 2, 3, 4 up, so... that. Okay. Portal. Slash give king portal. End underscore... There used to be a way to obtain this. Slash set or slash fill. End portal. There it is. Okay. I'm going to set it from that point to this point. Really, this one. There we go. There we go. That's better. That would have been embarrassing had I not caught that. I don't know why, but it would. I would have felt personally embarrassed. Okay. Sirens going down my street. Lovely. I mean, I'm at the hospital right now with my friend. Well, I hope your friend is doing better. Sorry that something happened, though. Google to the rescue. Heck yeah, we love Google. Google is my only friend, guys. One of the few things that still talk to me. I think we'll just do like one more right here. And then also it needs kind of like come out just a little bit more because I'm lazy. Gonna do like that sort of thing. Okay. Google's the real one. Exactly. Exactly. Love Google. Love it so much. You know, in exchange for its infinite wealth of wisdom, I give it all my personal data so it can sell it to third parties. I think it's a win-win, you know? Bum. Alright. The rest of this might be a future me problem. I think it's safe to say that that's where I'm going with this. It's a future me problem. Come back over here and we're gonna go ahead and put the items in the chest. How many items do we need? This is where I need a reference, especially, is like all the items. I can't tell you what came out in which update until we get to like 1.13. And even then, I'm probably gonna miss a couple of things. So, yeah. We'll go with just one chest for now. I think that's all we'll need. Do we need nether brick? Nether brick stairs, nether brick fence. We need nether wart. I didn't even pay attention, but we need nether wart. We need gas tiers. Blaze rod. We'll eventually need blaze powder. Golden nuggets. Gold nugget, okay. Mycelium. And lily pads. Okay, we need spider eye and fermented spider eye. We need the bottle, the magma cream, music disc. Whoa, what? Music disc 11. Chirp? No, it's not chirp. It's the orange one. That one mall? Blocks. It's blocks. Chirp. And then the cat. Is that the one? No, it's bar. I was trying to do them all based off of the color, but I struggle with the colors sometimes. I like Chirp. Chirp is great. We can play that one on a jukebox really quick. There we go. Next one is Mall. Melahai. Stall. The white one. What's the white one called? That's not 13, is it? Oh, I messed up. Mall. 13 is gold. Okay, I'm gonna check. Strad. It's Strad. Also, I lost stall. Hang on. Dang, it's not 13 fake fan here, y'all. I know. I'm awful. The other green one, the darker green one. What's that one called? Dog is just cat, but on the B side. Which one is it? Wait a minute. I'm gonna check. Word. I forget about Word all the time. Also, I'm just gonna, like, really quickly turn that down just a little bit. Not much, though. There we go. Okay. Ender Eye. In portal frame. The portal block itself, which I don't have, so I'm just gonna take, like, black stained glass with an anvil. End portal, and then an enchantment table. Cauldron. Brewing stand. I know what it's called. And I'm gonna have to check this because they've changed all the textures on me. So you got water bottle. You've got mundane potion. Thick potion. And the awkward potion. You got fire resistance. The goat, honestly. Harming. Healing. Poison. Regen. Slowness. Strength. Swiftness. Weak. And then endstone. Glistening melon. And then fire resistant splash. Hopefully those all go in my inventory in the right order. Like they did. Awesome. Glistering melon. There we go. So many items. Honestly, I underestimated how many there were here. Harming, splash, regen splash, and healing splash. Poison splash. Regen splash. Slowness splash. Strength. Swiftness. And then weakness. As well as the dragon egg. Okay. One whole double chest full of items. Okay. Black end. Okay, I think I messed up naming that. Hang on. Just give me a second. There we go. Okay. That's better. That's so better. didn't even know there was music discs in the game. Oh, dude. There's so many. There's all of these. I mean, they've been adding one just about every couple of drops, so maybe 2 a year, which has been really nice. It's been really, really nice. Maybe it's only been 1 a year. Well, no, they added Lava Chicken and Tears this year. Last year was Precipice and also Creator. Yeah, they had a lot last year because of 1.21. Yeah. It's always nice to see more of these come out, but they're great. They're all good. We love music discs. We're both fake fans for not knowing the white one. The white one's so good too, isn't it? Strad. Jukebox. Oh, it is a good one, man. I don't know how I forgot Strad. I'm kind of offended that I forgot about it. Huh. Yeah, wow. I should have known. I should have known. Okay. Well, let's move on to 1.1, I guess. Let's see, 1.1. It's a smaller update. So it had... This is the version that adds spawn eggs, support for multiple languages, and the super flat world type, and beaches. It was the first update to begin using snapshots and add support for other languages, and the first of only 2 major releases that did not introduce any new blocks. Second being Java 1.18. There were no subsequent minor versions to 1.1. It was the first version to be released under Jeb as the lead creative developer of Minecraft. This is also the first version released in 2012. Couple different world gen changes. Outside of that flat world. Checking to make sure I'm not missing anything else here. Villages. The blacksmith building and villages now have a chest that contain loot. We need to include that, I'd say. Ari Math is the only Minecraft music we need. Oh, fair enough. That's a good one. That one is a good one. Okay. Well. / play sound. Airy. Music. Dot. That ocean. Overworld. Dot. trying to remember how to force play it. Music. Flower forest, forest, peak, grove, jungle, meadow, lush cave, swamp, underwater. Music on me. Okay. Stop sound on me over the music. I can get it to force play it. Nope. It only wants to play C418. I'm not complaining. I love C418, but well, I say that. It will only play C418 creative music. It's one of those interesting things about Minecraft. A lot of these tracks are actually locked to creative, weirdly enough. And then there's a lot of tracks that are biome dependent. So if you hear a lot of one track, try exploring other biomes and see what happens. I think it's playing 2 tracks. It sounds like it is. It is. Well, I guess I can stop it. Hang on. Sorry. Sorry guys, you gotta do it. I can't do 2 tracks at once. Okay, let's try here. Slash place slash set right here. Grass. Okay. Cool thing about Flat World, I hardly have to do anything, you know? Okay. Structure block. Minecraft dot village Minecraft slash village slash blacksmith. Surely not. Okay. Well, that's the thing. It's not gonna be the original blacksmith building. I gotta find an actual schematic of that. Hang on. Blacksmith. That is the old one. Okay. So I'm gonna go from here slash fill. Okay. I'm gonna go way back. Hang on. Just 1 second. Right here. Grass block. Okay. I need cobblestone and cobblestone stairs. I need fence. Nope, fence. I need oak wood and oak planks. I need stone slab. I need iron bars. I'm gonna need some furnace. And I'm gonna need some lava. Did it have a furnace in it? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't recall them having an actual furnace inside of the blacksmith structure. No, it... Okay. We're good. We are good. Hello, Raj Plays. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Alright, so layer 1. Going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. How far over is the weight? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe. I think I don't really know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right. I don't know. 6'5", thank you for your taxes. I appreciate it. I am building every single Minecraft update in the game for video purposes later on. And so right now what we're doing is we're building Minecraft 1.1, which featured the first edition of the super flat world type, along with blacksmiths in villages, or blacksmith loot, rather. I believe the blacksmith building always existed, but the loot wasn't always a thing. Do you remember me? I believe I do. Your name sounds awfully familiar, so I do think I know who you are, yes. Oh, that's desert blacksmith. I'm not even paying attention. Alright. But 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. I don't have my chest. That's fine. Throw that out. Grab a chest. Put it right there. Okay. And now we need oak stairs because in the back here. And then pressure plate, right? Pretty sure it's something like that. Maybe. We also need panes. There we go. Bump. Okay, almost there. I think it's one more up, right? Yeah. Alright. Simple enough. Boop. Boop. Okay, one more over. And this one is just cobblestone across the top besides these 3 posts. Simple enough. Slash fill. Use slash fill. Cobblestone. Fix that. And the last layer should just be the smooth stone slabs, which it is. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Wow. Hello, Orange Panda. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna shrink down the island a little bit more because I don't need it to be this big. Go. And then I'm just gonna kind of do a little extend thing here, just to kind of give it a little more shape, I guess. Yeah, that's the word. How are you doing this fine evening? I am doing a-okay. Appreciate you asking, dude. Pretty tired, but I'm chilling, you know. Really excited about tomorrow. We're doing a Minecraft live stream. Be reacting to all the new news coming to the base game, along with what may or may not be a spin-off game or more movie news. They may announce, you know, a new movie. Who knows? It's not out of the possibility. I don't foresee them announcing a new movie yet, but I do foresee it happening at some point in the near future. So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Really, really excited for it. That sounds sick. Yeah, I think so. I'm also really excited because it gives me a lot of new video content. I mean, we've got, I've got one video in the pipeline right now that's about to come out. It's, or it's almost ready to come out. I won't put it out until I need it to, but it's a very simple video. I just have been very lazy in getting it done, but I'm probably gonna try to finish that tonight so I don't have to worry about it. I'll just be ready to drop whenever. I've got potentially 2 or 3 videos that could come out tomorrow if the news is big enough. I know we'll at least have one where I just talk about all the announcements from Minecraft Live, but depending on how many announcements there are, it may warrant 2 or 3 videos. We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, we've got... I need to record a video for the Copper Age, for all the features that are coming out in that. I'm estimating that update will come out on Tuesday, but that's just a guess. I don't know that for certain. I do not know that for certain. Possibilities are endless for real. For real. We have no clue what they're cooking up, but that's kind of exciting to me. I don't know. Okay. I had to switch to Twitch to redeem my taxes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. 78 times total. GG's, dude. Pretty excited for the next game drop. Have you heard about the leaks? I haven't seen any of the leaks myself, but I've seen what Mojang has been posting on their page, on like their social pages, and it looks like it'll be a pretty good one. We'll see. So far, it looks like it's pretty worthwhile. That's for sure. I'm always hesitant to cover leaks. I have done it in the past for videos, but I've since decided not to because a lot of them have proven to be fake. And I try to only cover things that are mostly legitimate. Now, when we're this close to the event, you can usually bet pretty heavily that the leaks are accurate. Because usually a YouTuber tells one of their friends about it, and then their friend tells the friend, and then that friend leaks it. That's usually how it goes, because we know for a fact that I believe it was 3 or 4, maybe even 5 creators. Dropped something if you couldn't tell. I think it's been confirmed 3 or 4 creators were invited to Mojang's headquarters to review the next game update, whatever that might be, whether it's an update or a drop. I believe it's going to be a drop, but that all said, it's very likely that one of them has probably already accidentally or intentionally spilled the beans to somebody who then went with it elsewhere. That's how leaks happen in game development anyway. So it's not that surprising. Yes, Mog Swamp, he's going to be in the post show, right? Which is going to be fun. Those are always a good time. Also, I believe that was pretty much everything in this update there. So let me go ahead and grab the items. So we need, not egg, sorry, chest. That'll go right here. Although now I'm thinking about it, what if we did the chest in here? It's a little different. Spawn egg. Wait. History. So in 1.1, the spawn egg has a single texture file which is tinted different colors. Spawn egg and its markings now have their textures separated, allowing them to have different colors. Gotcha, okay. So there was never a straight up blank spawn egg, I guess. I don't... I'm not seeing it in here. I don't know if it ever existed technically. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to assume... that that blank file is just to show that it did exist, sort of. Didn't really exist ever, but yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. You're building every update in creative, right? Yes, that is what I'm doing. So every single game update will have a an island, and then that island will represent what was introduced. So back there is 1.0, a little bit back behind that is beta, behind that is alpha, behind that would be infdev, indev, classic, and pre-classic. I think. I may have missed one. I don't think I did. But right now we're building 1.1, and I may be able to get 1.2 in here as well, it looks like. I'll have to look and see how big of an update that is, but my goal is really only to build 2 updates today, so I'll take what I can get, though, you know? So creeper, skeleton, Spider. I kind of remember some of these. Zombie. Slime. Is that what that is? Yeah. Ghast. Yep. Zombie Pigman. Enderman? Yeah. Okay, cave spider. Some of these are really hard to see. I may just be a little colorblind. That is a possibility. Silverfish, blaze. Magma cube? Yes. Pig. Sheep. Cow. Chicken. Squid, maybe? Yeah, squid. Wolf. And then mushroom and villager. Aha. I did all of those without looking technically. I only had to look at one just to confirm it was what I thought it was. But that's pretty good. Spawn eggs are tough. Like, I think a lot of people really hated the spawn egg change, but I think it was for the best. I mean, I can probably tell you what most of these are, but in all honesty, that's the creaking, apparently. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. Most of these, I couldn't tell you what they are. I can tell you what a lot of them are, though. Now, Copper Golem, you can see that one. Happy Gas, you can see that one. I love that. That's an amazing change. And I've shown it before. When you turn on full color blindness, you can't tell what in the world you're looking at. It's awful. It's so bad. So I'm really glad that they did change that. I'm so glad. I'd only be able to tell a few, but not all. That's fair. That is so fair. We love hashtag ads. Who doesn't love hashtag ads? They're great. Hey, King, you need a American Family Insurance? I hope not. Is that an appropriate answer? I feel like it might be. Let's do... .2.1 is the next major release of the game. It features the new height limit of 256 blocks as a result from the new Anvil file format. Cool. Zombie sieges, generated features including jungle biomes, wooden bridges and mine shafts, and desert wells. It also added new blocks and items like bottles of enchanting, redstone lamps, fire charges, and chiseled stone bricks. Along with that was 2 new mobs, the iron golem and ocelots. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do a desert, like a small desert, so that we can put the desert well in there. We'll do a jungle biome. And the rest can pretty much be put away, I think. We may put it over the 256 limit just so people can see how high you could go, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay. Cool. Huzzah, we live. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, from the ads. Hopefully they weren't too terrible for you guys. I know they do suck. I hate ads. I hate that I gotta run them too. They're not my favorite thing in the world. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. We are chilling here. Alright. So what I'm thinking... What time is it? 8:51. Okay, I don't want to go super, super late today. Just because of the hour that I gotta be up by tomorrow to get things ready for the stream. I'm gonna try to get a little bit done tonight even, so that I have less to do. We'll wait and see what time I'm gonna end by, but I'm not really banking on going after 1.2.1 in all honesty. But we'll have to wait and see. It's not a big update, but I think after that one I'll probably be pretty tired. We'll have to wait and see. I just realized I didn't really have to go all the way around, but it's okay. Yeah, we'll go down that far. Stream tomorrow too? Yes. Yes. We will be doing a little watch party for the Minecraft live event. And then I will also hopefully be doing maybe a small little recap during that. I may even record my videos during that stream if I can. It's just, we'll have to wait and see kind of deal. If I don't have a lot of energy tomorrow, then it'll probably be a shorter stream. If I've got a lot of energy, then it'll probably be a little bit longer. What time will that be at? It'll be at starting around about 1 p.m. Eastern time. There may be a slight change in that schedule a little earlier, but no later than 1 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be early for a lot of peeps who are in different time zones, a little earlier anyway. But for those of us who are on the Eastern time, it'll be right about that noon hour. Let's go that. Bum bum. Okay. Do this sort of deal. Okay. Come over here, do the same sort of thing. Oh. Okay. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. And then over here. Bum. Okay. Should be simple enough. Okay, and then over here, just like this. Okay, yeah, we'll do one more of those right over here and we'll be good to go. Let's see. I was considering doing a live stream during Minecraft Live, but I just remembered I have something going on. Then that's completely fair, dude. I missed the last Minecraft Live, and I don't remember why. But I was really bummed out about it, because it's been like a tradition for every single Minecraft Live, as far as I can remember anyway. We haven't really missed one. But with them happening more and more, like something on the tip of my nose. There we go. Like a little hair. Okay. Anyway. But it's been like a tradition for us to do one of those streams, and I was so bummed when I missed the last one. But I have been wanting to do something a little more special and start bringing on guests to co-host it, essentially. It's just tough because I do have to be out of there at a certain time. In order to get the video done. But I did, at one point, like last year, I think it was, I did actually have a guest lined up, but they had to drop out due to some other things going on. So I was like, well, that's fine, you know. Was an opportunity, but it did not go as we had hoped. That's okay. I'm going to head off. Can't stay late tonight, although it's 2 a.m. Next time, see you in the fan. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Go get some sleep. Go do what you gotta do. Appreciate you for being here, though. You're an awesome dude. Okay. Let's do, like, a little bit of fleshing out here. Doesn't have to be, like, anything too crazy. We just gotta kind of connect them up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right. One more go around here, I think. Do 1.2, and then we'll probably start wrapping things up there. I may get distracted and decide I want to do 1.3. What does 1.3 entail? Is that the pretty scary update? No. What is the pretty scary update? That's 1.4. Okay. 1.3 added trading, adventure mode, jungle and desert pyramids, new blocks and items like emeralds, book and quills, written books, tripwire. It also added ender chests, enchanting, improved enchanting, and it also splits the creative inventory into separate sections. It was the first version to use an internal multiplayer server in single-player worlds. While it was not the only 1.3 release, it was the only one before snapshots of 1.4.2 started. A pre-release for 1.3.1 was released on July 30th, 2012, although the full release of 1.3.1 is identical to that pre-release. Interesting. I might be able to co-host, but I'd probably be late due to what I'm doing tomorrow. I would have to redo a whole bunch of planning for it. I remember when we did the first one, my guest and I, we kind of planned a couple of things that we were going to do during it. Like we were going to do a bingo of sorts. We were going to, I had some questions for them to kind of introduce them to the crowd. I don't have time to do that this go around, but I will let you know if something opens up next time for sure. Because I'd like to give it a shot, honestly. I'd like to do the stream together feature, in all honesty. I haven't ever gotten to use it, and I know a lot of people like it. I've never been able to use it, so I kind of was like, oh, that would be a great opportunity. It's a small one-time event. If we don't like it, then we can always say, we're not doing that no more. If we do like it, then, you know, it's an ongoing thing. It happens twice a year. It's awesome. I am back. Welcome back, Zender. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. 1.4. Wait, I was supposed to act a mild sort of scared. You know, it's okay. 1.4 is pretty scary, to be fair. Very scary, actually. I mean, the wither skeletons, beacons. I think beacons were added. Yeah, they were. 1.14 yet? Dude, how fast do you think I'm able to build? No not 1.14 yet. We got 1.1 and 1.2. We're about to build 1.3 though. Although 1.3 will probably be the last one tonight. Due to the... Or no. Sorry. That's 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. 1.2 is what I want to do. 1.2 is the last one I'll do tonight. But that's because tomorrow we'll be doing a lot, and I would rather be prepared for tomorrow than do a lot tonight. That's for sure. Tools, I also personally have been looking for opportunities to do like a form of co-op stream since the last one I did with PC guests was a while ago. That's fair. That is completely fair. Come on. I promise you, it will happen eventually. Like, we're moving relatively quick, all things considered. We're gonna have 3 versions done today. I don't think we've ever done 3 islands in one stream, have we, guys? That's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. Slash, set block. Grass. Okay. So this one was the one that added the jungle biome and desert wells. Okay. Part of it is I'm not doing a huge amount of terraforming on the underside of these things. I'm waiting until I get a couple more mods to do that. Because I don't really particularly want to do the bottom sides of these until I have access to Axiom or World Edit, either of those two. Personally. Can you please make 1.14 a waffle? Like on the island? What? I'm sorry, what? I'm trying to understand. I really am. I'm just really confused. A waffle on the island. Like, you want me to build a waffle on 1.14 island? If I can find a way to make it work, like, sure. But my big thing is making this, like, accurate to the game. So I'm trying to add features that are from those versions of Minecraft, first and foremost. But if I can find a way to sneak in a waffle, I'll see what I can do. Have you tried Axiom before? Yes. I do like it. It's not something that's super intuitive, but I do want to use it more. Because it would make building a whole lot faster. But it is something I do like. I have used it a couple of times. Now, I prefer World Edit just right now because that's what I grew up with. But if I suck it up and actually learn a lot more about Axiom, it's a much more powerful tool, in all honesty. Grass block. Well, guess what? I built a waffle on my 1.14 world, and it is huge, massive, you could say. I mean, I'm glad you built a waffle. I just don't know if it has enough to do with general Minecraft history. That's all I'm saying. Can I do, like, a slash place feature jungle bush? You guys didn't know this is a thing, huh? Okay. And There we go. When did they add the jungle temple? It was actually in version Minecraft 1.3. Minecraft 1.3.2 maybe. But it was one of those two. Which is weird. So you'd think it would have been added when the jungles were added, but it actually was added after the fact. Otherwise, I would have put one in here as well. But those will have to be in the next island, it seems. Okay. Kind of go through. Bone meal a bunch of this. I don't think tall grass was added yet, so I gotta be careful about that. Do want to try to make it look a little more pretty here, though. Okay. We'll go with that for the jungle island. Yeah. And then over here, I just want to build a little desert well. So slash set block. Sandstone. Sand. Okay. I made 1,000 plus people build a somewhat big waffle on the world, so it is a part of Minecraft history. I'm gonna need some proof on that. I don't know if I can just take your word for it, to be honest, dude. That's a wild claim. That is a wild claim. What is the goal with building every version of Minecraft? Understandable if it's just for funsies, of course. I am intending to make a video out of this. So, it'll kind of be like a... it'll be a general purpose video where people can kind of go and see what Minecraft was like back then in each version. And also, it'll be a great way for people to reference when certain features were added. I've got a lot of obscure features in some of this as well. But it's also going to be a pop culture kind of time capsule deal. So the video will contain a lot of me saying like, okay, in 2012, for example, Barack Obama was still president. So it would be, you know, for example, this spot right here, be like, let's see, it would say something like, Minecraft Java Edition 1.2.1 featured a few small updates. One of the biggest ones being Minecraft extended the height limit to 256 blocks tall, which was originally 128. This is the result of the anvil file format. They also added jungle biomes, wooden bridges and mine shaft, and desert wells. At this time period in 2012, a new movie was about to release called The Avengers, and Barack Obama was president at this time period. A popular album, or the #1 album of this decade, or of this year, would have been, I don't know what the top album was of 2012, but I don't know, maybe 50 Cent. Probably not. Probably not 50 Cent. Can you make a Technoblade statue? That one, maybe. There's a good chance that we could probably do something Technoblade related at some point during this, but not right now. That would not really fit the vibe we're on. But I would like to do something It's just a matter of when it's appropriate, especially. Ba-ba-bum. It wasn't 1K, it was 100. Okay, I see. Green Day Trust. That's a very good possibility. What did 50 Cent do when he was hungry? I want to know. I need to know. What did he do? What was the top album in 2012? According to Billboard 200 #1 albums of 2012, the top, the highest selling albums, EPs, a total of 32 albums claimed the top position of the chart, one of which Canadian singer Michael Bublé's album Christmas started its peak in late 2011. Adele's album 21 was the longest running #1 album of the year for the second time, staying atop the chart for 11 non-consecutive weeks. Red by Taylor Swift had the second most weeks at #1 with 5. Other albums with extended chart runs include Babel by Mumford & Sons, Tuskegee by Lionel Richie, Blown Away by Carrie Underwood, Born and Raised by John Mayer, and Uncaged by Zac Brown Band. Each spent 2 weeks on the top position. Throughout 2012, only one act achieved multiple #1 albums on the chart, One Direction with Up All Night and Take Me Home. Swift's album Red sold 1.21 million copies in its first week, making it the album with the highest weekly sales in 2012. 21 was the biggest selling album of 2012 with 4,410,000 copies sold. AKA Adele absolutely swept that year, which makes sense. 21 is a very, very popular album. If you don't know, you would probably know Rolling in the Deep, Someone Like You, Set Fire to the Rain. Possibly, if you know the other two singles, it would be Rumor Has It and Turning Tables. I believe there's a couple of other songs on there that are somewhat possibly well known, and I'm trying to see. I'm not seeing anything that I recognize personally. I'm not a huge Adele fan though, so yeah. I'd definitely say Adele. I know all of the Taylor Swift Red album personally, so I can say with certainty she might have more well-known songs, at least to me. The Red album had a lot. Now I'm thinking about it, but Adele like swept. Like I said, she sold what, double in 2012. Red sold 1.21 million copies in its first week. 21 by Adele sold 4,410,000 copies. That said, that depends on release, I guess, because Red released... When did Red release? Hang on. Now I'm curious. Red released in October 22nd. Okay. Yeah. I could see how that might possibly... Might possibly go there. I don't know. Albuquerque? What? 58? That's dumb. That's dumb, but that's funny. That is funny. I'm trying to say Taylor Swift up there. Definitely say Adele. She does some pretty solid songs. I don't love a lot of Adele's stuff, but there are some that I do like. So I can say to some degree, yeah. Let's see. Stop yapping, Unk. Just build the island. Once I finish this island, I'm ending the stream, so I don't know if you really want me to finish the island. Or maybe you do. And in which case, ouch. How dare you want me to end my stream so soon? Oh. What am I gonna do? Not gonna lie, Taylor Swift is famous enough that she was probably top of the charts in another year. Oh, she definitely was. She was probably top of the charts of 2013, in all honesty. Yeah, let me see. Billboard 200 #1 albums of 2013. Red continued into that year. It doesn't look like she stayed on that course, though. But she did start them off. But yeah, she is popular enough. She definitely hit it another year. She's probably going to hit it this year. She's releasing Life of a Showgirl, which is when? In a couple days? Taylor Swift. Where's the album? What album? The Life of a Showgirl is set to release on October 3rd, so in a week. That one will probably end up topping a lot. Do whatever her most popular album releases. I would argue her most popular album should be Red. But my guess is more than likely what more people remember is going to be recent history. So think along the lines of Midnight's. I'm not doing Tortured Poets Department. I'm sorry, I will not. I will not pick that album. There is going to be some personal bias within this, I think, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. Are you still building that Technoblade statue? I might. I haven't decided if I am or not. I don't know if it's going to be a full statue. It may just be something smaller. Because the purpose of what I'm doing here isn't just to build. It's to build some things that will eventually... that'll eventually become a video. And the video's purpose isn't Technoblade. So that's why I'm not building it right away. And also why I'm not necessarily confirming if I will or won't do it. I would like to include them in some way. I just want to make sure I do it the right way. Also, I need to find a desert well. Give me like 1 second. But the desert well. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. No. Something like that, I think. Yeah. There we go. My favorite structure in the game, actually. Like, one of my favorites. It's so useless, but it exists. That's why I kind of like it. See, I know you. Hello, Jonah. Welcome on in. How are you doing? You know me. How do you know me? I would be very curious. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Can you name the 1.14 island awful island? I really gotta know the history behind these waffles. Because I'm really concerned. Like, I love waffles. I do Waffle Wednesday every Wednesday. But I really don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I think the most popular album by Taylor Swift would have to be From Zero. Wait, I was thinking... That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, but Linkin Park is, like, so good, too. They're definitely gonna make an honorable mention at some point during the video. My hope is that I can just pull the most popular song from that update or whatever. At that very moment that the update dropped or day that it dropped. Find out whatever the chart was on that day and just roll with it. But Linkin Park will almost definitely be in there somewhere. That'll be cool. I know you from our very good conversations. I see. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't about to say, like, I know you in real life. I was like, I don't know your... I don't recall that last name. But, maybe I do, and I feel really bad if I don't. I've had people who remembered me and I didn't remember them, and I felt really bad about that. It was really awkward, too. Guys, this is about to, like, really show how bad it is sometimes. This girl, she remembered me. I did not remember her. And, she knew me from a different place I had lived, I guess. And, like, I remembered her after the fact, but I didn't remember her in the moment. She ran up and hugged me. Like, I've never had a random girl just walk up and hug me until that moment. And I don't think it's ever happened again. But I must have made, like, a really good impact on her, because I did get the hug. Did not remember her name for the longest time. And then my dad asked, because he was like, who was that? Why did she hug you? I'm like, I don't know, Dad. It's like, oh, okay. Turns out she knew me from a different place that I had lived, and we just happened to be in the same place at that moment. I texted one of my friends, like, hey, do you remember such and such? And she's like, oh yeah, I do. It's like, she just walked up and gave me a hug. Like, oh, what is she doing in your state? I'm like, I have no clue. Small world, huh? I haven't seen her since then either. That was the funny thing. It was so weird. It was so weird. But she was a nice enough person from what I remember. It's a shame I didn't remember her, because we could have had, like, a nice conversation, probably. But, my own forgetfulness, you know? That kind of cursed us a little bit. Oh, well. How did you react? I instinctively just gave her a hug back. Like, I didn't know what to say. Also, yes, in loving memory, my lovely shirt here. It's a great shirt. I love it. It's a little goofy, a little silly, but I would stand up and show you the rest of it. I'm just really lazy and tired, if I'm honest. What do you, do you, what? Dude, you're gonna have to, like, grammar a little more there. I'm sorry, but What did you say? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay. Most definitely true. You gotta appease the inner divorced dad musical taste. Exactly. Oh man. If you name it Elite Waffle Island, I'll donate money I get from signups. Oh, okay. Kidding, I don't get money, fair enough. Yo, do you want to call on Discord? No, I don't. Thanks for asking. I don't call random people on Discord for a very good reason. 99% of the time that people want to do that, you know what they want to do? They just want to yell obscenities into the mic. I'm not about that life. Beyond that, judging by the fact that your sentence wasn't really fully coherent and I had to digest that a little bit before I could translate it, I decided that you're probably 8 years old, which isn't even old enough to be on Discord. So it's just better for us all around if we don't. Alright. I'm thinking we need to connect these up like right here. Okay. Just gotta kind of make it look like it's wider than it actually is. Okay. I'm glad to hear you're not 8, but please don't say your ages in chat, guys. Not safe. The internet is a dangerous place. We can't be saying our ages, but I appreciate you clarifying that. I do. That is good news. There. I'm almost done, guys. Hang on. Just give me a second. There we go. Okay. Hello, Coral. Welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Taylor Swift is a good singer. I do enjoy some of her stuff. I swear. Good. You see the Taylor signed stuff? I did not know. What all did she sign? I guess probably everything, if I had to guess. That's awesome. Goo Goo Gaga. Speaking of Goo Goo, do you guys like the Goo Goo dolls? The Goo Goo dolls are so good. Love myself some Iris. I hate Taylor Swift. That's crazy. Taylor Swift has some good stuff. I don't get how somebody can straight up say they hate someone or hate something when, like, there's a lot of opportunity for you to, like, walk that back. There are so many good songs that she's had. You can dislike her as a person. I wouldn't say you can hate her as a person. You should not hate anyone. That's a big no-no. I'm not going to get into why that's a big no-no in today's stream, because I feel like that should be self-explanatory given the past couple of weeks about all the hate. Get to the island or I'll say the word. My guy, the island is pretty much done. Let's do build fancy. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. Google dolls are hype. Heck yeah, we love them. Had signed photos with red CDs, maybe. They were priced at $19.89. That's awesome. Love that. Otherwise, I'm gonna like need some of that kickback for using my face on a CD. regular CDs. Gotcha. Okay. Gonna say I'm not seeing any residuals off of a reg CD here. I should be getting a little something. Everyone knows the reg and Swift collab of this is gonna like go crazy. Okay, guys. Bum. See, one good song anyway. Let's forget about that. You don't know someone. I don't think you can say you hate them, except if it's the one man from Germany. That would be fair. I would say that would be fair. What's wrong with yapping? Yapping is great. I can't help it. I can't stop yapping. I yap so much. Let's see. For real though, I listened to Taylor Swift enough on the radio when I was young. Some of her songs do have some nostalgia for me. That's fair. I love a lot of her Red stuff. State of Grace, All Too Well, Red, 22. Is Know You Better on Red? I don't know if that one is, but I like that one. It's the one with her and Ed Sheeran, not Joker and the Queen, but you know, the other one. Although Joker and the Queen is also pretty good. Everything has changed. There you go. Thank you, Coral. That's the one. Yeah, that one's good. Lucky Ones. Still a Technoblade statue. I'm not... The more you ask, the less likely it is. I'm not gonna lie. I want to build one, but it's going to happen at the timing that I choose. And it's going to happen when it makes sense. Reg, you should add stickers of your face to your merch shop. There are going to be stickers at some point. At some point. Yes. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. That's a great one. I love Sad. I just love the Red album. That's her best album. I know I might get some flack for that one, but I think it's her best. Reg stickers, W. I know. The stickers, got shirts. I gotta get the next shirt ready for next King SMP download. I've been kind of taking a break from that so I could work on Omnia. But yeah. It's been a little bit of a process. Yikes. I can say this, the people that have seen the previews for the Omnia animation are saying that it's good. They're just, you know, I hate how long it's taking. That's the big one. Make Waffle Town the game you haven't worked on for a year. Somebody's a little impatient. Somebody is a little impatient today. Interesting. Reg stickers, W. I know. They're gonna be so cool. They're not gonna be cool, but we can hope. We can definitely hope. In my opinion, best one is Folklore. That's fair. Games are hard to create. Dude, Omnia... I can show you what it looks like right now, and I can tell you, it took me a month to do just that. If you want to see the animation, I will gladly spoil it for you guys to show you how long this stuff takes, because I have spent... I can tell you how much I've spent this last month. Not even the whole amount of time on just that animation alone, but on it this month. You guys ready? I will tell you how long I've spent on it and then how far it's come. 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 1.5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 0.5 plus 1. I've worked on it 14 hours in this last month. Okay. Okay. That's not even like the half of it, really. I'm pretty sure I've spent... Last month I had a good amount of hours, and that month before that I had hours. Like, I've got hours upon hours upon hours. That's just to give you guys an idea of what you're about to see, okay? This stuff is hard. I hate it. I hate it a lot. I hate it so much. Alright, let's go into camera mode. I'm gonna go back. It's really laggy too, so like, give me a second. Ads are starting. Lovely. We love ads. Ads are great. Oh, okay. Hang on. We're gonna go back to the geometry nodes, and I'm gonna turn off the lightning for a second. Because, it's laggy. And I'll turn that back on afterwards. Once we have the animation a little better rendered. Did I do it wrong again? Crap. There we go. Okay. Now, I come back over here. Okay. Just gonna run that for a second so that I can render the animation for a second. It's gonna be a preliminary render, but it'll do the job. I want to get the point across. Watch me dodge the ads. I give you guys an easy link to beat the ads. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You see 8 hours ago, Popular Memos released the video. Be right back and go watch it. Alright, sounds good, Spicy. I did not see that, no. But that's awesome. I'm hopeful that he's doing better. I'm running at 3 FPS, so like, it's gonna take a second. I'm also kind of stalling so that the ads are done so that everybody can see it when it's ready. But yeah, just give it like 2 seconds. Maybe a little more than 2 seconds. It's almost there though. It takes about 100 more seconds and it should be done. We'll see. So it's a nice day we're having, am I right, guys? Am I right or am I right? Okay, geometry is starting to move a little bit here. Come on. Come on. There it goes, okay. I can't show you the actual animation in progress because it'll crash. I have to run the other stuff. There's like 40 million vertices in this. For those of you who don't know what a vertice is, it's a vertex. It's just the plural of vertex. Which basically means there's a lot of little points that have to be calculated every single frame that is being rendered. just finished, so I can show you guys now. I want to hide a couple of things here. Particularly, I want to hide the empty objects if I can. Although they're not hiding. Okay, that's whatever. Okay, put on full render mode. Go to geometry nodes. Oh. Alright. If this lags out, I don't know what to do. Second. Give it a long second. Oh. Oh. Okay, now go over to layout. Alright. Now mind you, again, this is very, very, very early stuff, but I have it sort of working now. Boop. Okay, I need to, like, around a little bit. Do you have any idea how much pain and suffering this little thing has put on me? This stupid thing, oh my goodness. This lightning right there, that one, the one that's highlighted in orange that you can't really see because it's small. That took me probably like, I don't even know, maybe 10 hours of dedicated time and effort to figure out. It's a pain in the butt. It's procedural. Did you know? Did you know that procedural lightning is about the worst thing you could ever try to make in VFX? Because apparently, even the professionals don't know how it works. You know what it does? It just randomly picks a point, and it says, hey, I'm sending a line to you, but I'm going to disrupt it a little bit over the course of this amount of time so that it looks a little different. It's a pain in the butt. You want to know what else is a pain in the butt? Making lightning go around a ring. You know what else is a pain in the butt? This little rocket trail, which you guys didn't get to see, but it's still not perfect because as you can see, it's kind of jagged on certain points. Ignore the lines. I can't get rid of them yet because they're controlling other things. But in the final render, they don't show up. You also can't see it, but there are stars in the background where they're supposed to be. It's also a pain in the butt to do light pollution so that around all the light, the HDR doesn't show up. I got an actual image from NASA and imported it into this scene. And then used that as background. Like, this is legit, okay? Show us the codex, please. What do you mean by codex? What in the world do you mean by codex? You want to see, like, the actual background code? Like, the geometry nodes? I can show you those. This isn't even my game engine. Like, this is just... Here. You want to see my pain and suffering? There you go. You ready for this? I'll try to explain it the best I can. I don't fully understand it. Some random guy on YouTube helped me. So essentially, for the torus, which is the golden ring, you have to feed in the object info into the switch. The switch is able to detect whether you want a grid, which is what the other lightning is, that goes from the ring to the middle. That's its own lightning. The torus is its own lightning as well. So you import the geometry from there into this switch. The switch says, okay, we are definitely going to be running the torus. Now, the torus runs off into this offset and triangulate group. AKA, it runs into here, and then we need to set up an offset. So what that means is that there's this noise texture that's applied to the entirety of the triangle. And it is leading to, like, it leads into that, okay? That leads into this from the set position into the triangulate. so that it kind of creates some jagged lines a little bit. Then the paths are made. So from each of those jagged lines, different paths are made to reach different points. So down here, I have a value. That is the amount of vertices that is in the torus, okay? -1. That's how it chooses where it can go. So if I had it at half, it would run about half the torus, but not the full torus. I wanted it all over the full torus, so that's how I did it. Now to animate that, you have to run that into scene time and multiply that into the W vector. The W vector is animated because of the scene time. So how I keep it from being super like flashy all the time is we do a smaller multiplication value of 0.015. I only just figured that out yesterday or 2 days ago, maybe. It was on Wednesday, whenever Wednesday was. It was originally 0.15, which was too fast. That all ran off into smooth and fine details, aka make it look a little more jagged. I actually don't smooth it, I make it more jagged. So you make the scale bigger so that it doesn't look tiny, like tiny little sparks. You want it to look like big bolts. You also do a smaller scaling so that it has a finer tip on it. Additionally to that, to add a finer tip, you do some beveling. Particularly, this is the spot that really matters, your color ramp. The darker it is, the more fine of a tip you have there, but you don't want it to be too fine, otherwise it disappears. Pain in the butt. All that said, it runs off into the set material, and then the set material runs into the geometry, and then boom, you have lightning, sort of. I wish I could capture the amount of tears this thing has produced so far, but I cannot. It sucks. It sucks really bad. Now I will go ahead and render out a quick image so you guys can actually see what it would look like a little bit. This is just one singular still frame. There you go. As you can see, it'll look really sick when it's done. It'll look really, really sick when it's done. But that requires it to get done. I hate this thing. I hate it so much. I hate it so, so much. But when it's done, it'll look great. It'll look good, hopefully. You guys couldn't tell. This thing has sucked my soul. It's awful. Terrible. And all that just for branding. Blender is not my strong suit, but I wanted to get good at it so that when it comes to making models and all that, it will be done. It will be done. Now, all that said, I need to read your chats. Folklore is the best, that's fair. Folklore has some good stuff too. Games are hard to create, definitely. Dang, did you see 8 hours ago? I read that. With the weather we're having, it's nice. It's great. We love weather. I dodged the ads. You said you were running at 3 FPS. Nice. Awesome. Like guacamole. Whoa, how cool. Are you still gonna make that Technoblade statue? Maybe. Probably not today, though. Play the animation again. My mom had distracted me at the worst times. You want to see me try to run the animation? I hear you, but I don't hear you. 100% hear, 0% understand. That's completely okay. I only understand about this much of what I said anyway. I can try to run the animation. It will run at like 3 FPS, though. Keeps really want the Technoblade statue. I mean, I get it. He was a cool dude. I can't dedicate an entire stream to making a Technoblade statue right now. Although I feel you have potential. I appreciate that, guest. Thank you very much. I like to believe I have potential too. My mom thinks I do, so that means a lot. Okay, let's see. This is the full render of just a still image. for anyone who wants to see that. To run the actual animation in the preview window is going to be a little tricky, but I can try. All right. I have no clue what's about to happen, guys. It may crash, but we're gonna try. All right, 3, 2, 1. It's not even running. It's trying. It is trying, but it's calculating 44 million vertices all at the same time. I'm lagging on my own stream. It's not gonna run. I'm sorry to say it, guys. I cannot show you the actual, the actual animation itself in motion. But, I can show you, like, the vision, maybe, a little bit. So imagine from the black screen, you have a space that fades in. You slowly zoom back until you're greeted by the golden ring with maybe a small amount of electricity generating on it. Electricity shooting out into the middle of the screen. There we go. That's a better way to see it. In the middle there, you saw those blue circles. Those eventually get sparked up by the electricity, and those, the lightning will turn blue at a certain point. There's gonna be some spark effects I haven't added yet. Those are a pain in the butt. Hate those. But they're a little easier than lightning. The blue will come into play, and then those blue circles will power up. And, from behind the blue, you'll have like a little holographic rocket. It's just a triangle. And it'll leave a rocket trail that you guys saw earlier. And it'll actually make the real Omnia logo, the 2D one that I have. I can show you guys that probably. This one? Yep. That's the real Omnia logo behind the golden stuff. Hang on. Boop. That's the real Omnia logo. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys that. That might be spoilers, but that's what it's supposed to look like, basically. But in 3D, can you imagine that? 3D is tough. It's so tough. Everything that you think you know about 3D, you don't know. I cannot explain it. Boop, boop. So yeah. In short, that is the Omnia logo, roughly. I'm trying to save it so I can close it all out. I might have crashed. Oh, lag. Okay. Close. There we go. I'm gonna quickly... Boop. Okay. There we go. My mom says I'm special. My mommy says I'm special. Yep. Yep, she does. She believes in me, guys. She does. So much so that she has stopped asking me to pay my bill. She has stopped taking money out of my account and said she feels bad because there's no money in there. She believes in me, guys, okay? She does. Like, logo actually sick. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's been a long process working on that. Like I said, 14 hours alone on just that. Which is probably a third of the time that I've spent this month working on my own solo projects. So, not including streams, which is a whole different section, and not including, well, including videos. I've done some video work on the side, but that's not included in the 14 hours of Omnia work. I haven't been able to crack open the code for the game. I've been waiting so long on that just to get the branding done. But once it's all said and done, then we can start talking. Like we'll have some cool stuff for the game. It's gonna be sick. I want to play Scratch. Should I? Sure. What do you want to do, man? Absolutely. Windows 12 is getting released. Are you sure? They just now are getting ready to end Windows 10 support, and Windows 11 is being the forced product. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past Microsoft to announce a Windows 12, but Windows 11 came out with the purpose of killing Windows 10, so I don't know. That video was pretty cool. She had basically showed his current self right before showing the video of himself a week before he got arrested, and he was slurring, out of shape, and it seemed like he was on alcohol during the filming. Seems like he's doing a lot better, which is cool to see. That's good. That's really good. I'm glad. It's sad seeing people like that who used to be very famous and very popular who fall off. You know, I don't envy somebody that is in that position. I'm really hoping it sticks this time, because for him, you know, he's probably not gonna get another shot. That's for sure. I just really hope it sticks. Also stated he's 4 months sober now. Okay, that's good. He's still got the neural pathways that say, hey, we want this. But as long as he stays away from the people that enable him in alcoholism, he'll be okay. You know, the thing about addictions and things of that nature, it really does take a year or longer for that stuff to fade. Because your brain becomes so reliant on it and your dopamine is so messed up. This is especially true of drug addiction, but it's true of any other addiction too. Your brain craves that kind of stuff, so it chases that as much as it can. And, at the 1 year mark, you're probably fine. You don't want to ever let your guard down necessarily, but 4 months is a really good start, especially. You get past 2 weeks and that's like amazing. But 1 month, 3 months, 3 months is really a good spot, to be back out and about, and hopefully you at least have some amount of self-control at that point. It's a tough thing. It's a really tough thing. So I hope he gets through it okay. I really do. Let's see. Hardcore yaps, they hit different. Yes, they really do. I can't help it. When there's something to talk about, I gotta run and jump. I just can't help it. I really don't want to be done with the stream, but I don't want to build another island, and I don't really want to pull up OMNIA stuff and work on that. I could never actually stream OMNIA development because it is so laggy. Like, even when I'm not streaming, it's bad. I feel like it would also depend on your personality, genetics, and likely how long you've been addicted. Yes, that is true. Genetics have a huge role. If you have certain genes, they have been proven to be more heavily influential in your addictions. And yes, personality does have a lot to do with it as well. That all said, how long you've been addicted? Yes. Yes. If it's been a very short-term thing, like 2 weeks, and you've caught yourself, it's a lot easier to break. If it's, a month, 2 months, 3 months, that's when it starts getting into that longer territory where you need to be off of it for months. If you've been on it for longer than a year, then you're going to be needing to be off of it for a year longer. It's a very much exponential effect. And obviously there is a general rule. Your brain will heal after a certain point. Like, you won't max out. You will max out eventually. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, I've been on insert substance here or insert behavior here for 10 years. I will never actually fully heal. In some cases, that's true, but it's usually due to substance actually killing your brain rather than the behavior killing your brain. Addiction is a behavior thing, not actually a... it doesn't always have to do with the substance. The substance may be addictive, yes, but ultimately it comes down to behavior of which you're using the substance. That all said, you know, for most people, a year and a half is enough time to recover, but you need to be in the right scenarios so that you're prepared, you know. The thing about, like, rehabs and such, they're great in concept, but they don't teach you for the real world, which is why a lot of people who go through it don't end up staying clean, but a lot of people do. So I'm not arguing that it's a bad thing. I think it's actually a great thing. It's better than nothing. But, you know, a lot of it doesn't prepare you for the real world in the sense of, like, for example, alcohol, which is the heavily used topic in this case. You know, that's everywhere. You go to Cracker Barrel now and it's still there. Like, you know, places that used to not even serve it. Everywhere probably serves some amount of alcoholic beverage. So you gotta be able to tell yourself no. And on top of that, it's about who you're hanging out with. So, like, the tools to tell your friends, hey, I'm not going to that party. Or, you know, hey, when we go out to eat, please don't order something around me. And then, like, also eventually building up, you know, the capability to also be in those scenarios where it's like, yeah, I can handle this. You know, in your first couple of months, it's not smart to be around those kinds of substances because your self-control is actually scientifically really, really low. But, you know, on the inverse of that, when you're at like a year or 2 years, your self-control is probably higher and you're going to realize, I don't even want that. Like, your brain might say, ooh, I kind of like the idea of this, but ultimately your subconscious is going to say, we don't really like feeling that way. We don't like how that turned us into this kind of person. And that's important to acknowledge. It's really hard to get through to that point for a lot of people, and I totally get it. You know, even video games can be very addictive to people. You know, you can look at pretty much, I wouldn't say anybody, but just about every person in the world has some sort of quote-unquote addiction. Now, what that might mean could be different to each person. You know, it could be a screen time addiction, it could be a video game, it could be substances, you know, it could be a lot of different things. But I do believe truly that a lot of people out there, probably the majority, are addicted to something. What that might be, I can't say, but I'm sure it's a lot more common than what we even realize. Most of us aren't honest enough with ourselves to say, hey, maybe I do this a little too much. Maybe I'm a little too compulsive on this one behavior. Hey, what's up? It's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Lab Master. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Hope your birthday was good today. Did you have fun? I don't know either of those are DJ. I'm sorry. I saw a video recently where the person was explaining how gaming is better than doom scrolling. I would be inclined to agree. Doom scrolling is so compulsive, which is scary. Because it's hard to stop. I will fully admit, okay, guys? The last 2 or 3 nights, and the last 2 or 3 afternoons, I have spent time doom scrolling, and it's always like, oh, just one more. Just one more. Okay, maybe just one more. That was really good stuff. And, like, my doom scrolling isn't even bad. It's educational, usually. But it's not good. It's definitely not good. It may not be as bad as other doom scrolling where it's like brain rot, but it's definitely not good. Gaming is a really bad issue too, though. If you're compulsively gaming, like you can't tell yourself to stop, it's not good. What I got from that video is that doom scrolling is just kind of head empty thing, but gaming forces you to think and use your brain to its full capacity. I could definitely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game, definitely. But I do think that's accurate, yeah. Because, I mean, even right now, I am using my brain to some extent while I'm walking backwards and jumping. And, you know, walking left and right requires me to think, okay, I need to press the opposite key of what I think it is because I'm staring at my character from the wrong direction. But there's, like, a little bit of thought there. There's also, you know, if you're playing like Fortnite or Valorant or anything of that nature, then, you know, there's a lot of focus that goes into that, and there's reaction time, and as long as you're in control of your own behavior with that, gaming is absolutely so much better than doom scrolling. Hello, JB. Welcome on in. Gaming with me, because why not? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Did you see the message I sent, by the way? No. Did it get held? It did. I'm sorry. When you're addict, bro, hits the height limit. That's crazy. It's funny, though. That is really funny. Let's see. Maybe not full capacity, but at least using it, you know, yes, absolutely. I 100% agree. Gaming obviously can be addictive, though, and it's kind of hard, and it's kind of learning to find a balance. Yes, that's true. Everything is fine in moderation. Not in excess, though. Like, ice cream, I love ice cream, guys, okay? You don't even understand. I love it, okay? I'm gonna get some ice cream tonight, probably. Mint chocolate chip. That being said, in moderation, it's fine. In excess, it's terrible, though. Like, that now that everybody knows about food and how it's fine in moderation, but in excess, it's terrible. Okay, let's use a better example. Music. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit of a stretch even, but music is fine in moderation. In excess, it can create some issues for you. I mean, if you're listening to it 24/7, it can damage your hearing. If you're listening to it too much, you're gonna find less joy out of it, so you're gonna need to listen to it even more. It may just start disrupting your sleep. It could start affecting your work. You know, music is often seen as a medicine. But just like any medicine, too much of it is actually toxic. Now, that one's a little bit of a stretch. I don't think I've ever met anyone who loves music too much. But I can say with some amount of certainty, I've listened to music so much that I've started to dislike it at certain times, so I've had to take a step back. Because I needed more novel music ideas, you know? You can only listen to so much of one genre before you go, I need to listen to a fringe version of this because it's not unique enough. It all sounds the same. You start finding the patterns in it all. Welcome back, Labmaster. My parents bought me Minecraft Dungeons for Switch too. That's awesome. Do you like Minecraft Dungeons? I played through a little bit of it, but I never actually finished it. True, there sadly is a thing as too much cheese. This is very true. Also depends on musical taste. If you listen to a type of crap me and Reg listen to while in a super depressed state, things might not go so great. Absolutely. Although I find that it helps me when I'm super depressed, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love Creed, Linkin Park. I've listened to a little bit of Slipknot on occasion. Green Day's great. 3 Days Grace. I love them. You know, there's a lot of songs there, and a lot of them are a little heavy, to say the least. Yeah, if you listen to that on a not great mood and you're not feeling yourself, it can lead to some scary outcomes. I'm also getting Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong. Hey, let's go, dude. Let me know how Silksong goes. I'm still thinking about playing it myself. Yeah, I think everything's fine in moderation. Well, not everything. Some things are not fine in moderation. There are certain types. I know I'm about to be that guy, guys. Don't do drugs, kids. Okay, they're bad. They're gonna feel great. That's why people do them, but they're bad. Okay, do not do drugs. Fentanyl is bad, no matter how much. Okay. Okay. I think you guys get me now. Yeah, don't do drugs. Those are bad. But outside of that, you know, most other things are fine in moderation. You just gotta make sure you moderate it and you figure out what's fine for you. Because what's fine for another person may not be enough, or may not be fine for you, you know? Just because your old man can do 12 beers does not mean you can, okay? Also, make sure you're of the legal age, because I'm legally obliged to say that, okay? But, you know, yeah. Same, though it does honestly help me more than anything. But there have been a couple of times where it's not wise of me to listen to the heavy metal. That's fair. That is completely fair. The guy in the alleyway said that the stuff in the bag was just sugar. Probably shouldn't be doing 12 beers. Yeah, your dad probably shouldn't be doing 12 beers anyway. That's like a whole other topic. I'm not advocating that anybody drink or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you are going to, just because your friend or your dad or somebody else can do that many without having a lot of negative consequences, it doesn't mean you can too. Everybody's got their own limits to that stuff. You know, for me, gaming in specific, I can game all day, every day. I don't really have an issue with it. I can stop at any time I want, and I know that's like the classic thing, but I've actually proven that to myself. I can stop at any time I want. However, if I give into wanting to play all the time, I may not be able to stop at any time I want. You know, if I tried to play, probably, I would say 5-6 hours a day, I could easily do it outside of stream. Like on stream too, I could. You know, that would leave us at, you know, 10 hours of gaming every day. That's like a little insane. That would start leading to some compulsive stuff, because that's how I would de-stress. You need to de-stress in healthy ways too. You know, it's okay to use doom scrolling to some degree. I do think that one you should probably be a little more careful about. You should be able to do gaming. You should be able to have fun and all that. But I also think the best way to de-stress to some degree is, while yes, you can distract yourself, you do need to also face that head on a little bit. Otherwise, it's always going to be there at the end of the day waiting for you to confront it. So, you know, it's okay to also say, I'm going to distract myself for an hour or two, and then I'm going to deal with this problem. You know, it's not always easy It's not always easy. I'm not saying that. But I have found myself to be a happier person overall when I've stopped hiding from the things that make me stressed out and I've started confronting them. The very real reality that I am a broke, unemployed man has been hitting lately. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's not me trying to earn sympathy. It's me just being 100% real here so you guys understand. It's a real thing. It's okay for me to acknowledge that and not hide behind more gaming or more streaming, more this, more that, you know? It's actually better for me to confront that and say, how do we fix this? So obviously, I've been trying to get employed. I've told you guys this. That's not working. What are my other options? Okay, we got to keep grinding YouTube because that's the only other options we've got. Okay, so how do we do that? Make a plan. Okay, make a plan. And I've been much more happy with the plan than I was before the plan, because otherwise it was just like, my time is running out and I don't know when it's going to run out and I don't know how I'm going to fix this. Now that there's a plan in place, I'm a little more at ease about myself, you know? And things have opened up as well, you know, because I've not been so stressed. I've been able to look at other opportunities. Now, my dad specifically came up to me with one. I'm just doing some data entry for him, essentially. But it's a short-term job that'll pay pretty well. I could probably get it done by the end of the year, and I'll get paid. That's great. That's awesome. I'm hopeful that that works out well. I'm actually going to start some of it tonight just to get an idea of how long it takes. But that all said, you know, when that's all done, I'll ultimately look at the fact that I took it head on instead of stressing out about it. Now, again, let me make it completely clear. I do still stress out about stuff. I still do things to help distract myself from it. You know, streaming is part of it. Ultimately, by the end of the stream, I usually end up running back to that stress because I'm wanting to be open with you guys and wanting to talk to you about the reality of what I live and what you guys are living. And the best way to do that is to just be fully honest. You know, sometimes life sucks. That's okay. Hello, Rosie. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. But, you know, every day I do try to make time for myself to just do something. Playing on a Minecraft server that you guys will never see, or that you may see, but I may not play on stream. You know, playing some other games off stream that I've been really wanting to play and enjoy. Watching movies with my brother, playing games with my brother even. Watching shows, eating ice cream, talking to friends, you know, those are all perfectly okay ways to de-stress. You know, I think that's really important to still do other things, but also be aware it's okay to confront it, whatever it is. And if you can't do it yourself, that's where therapy comes in, which is our sponsor for today's stream. No, I'm kidding. We're not sponsored by them. Don't worry. Would have been a really sick segue, though, okay? I'm just saying. If I were, that would have been mastermind level stuff there. Let's see. The common gamer's greatest fear or job application. I will tell you what. I used to be terrified of a job application. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am still, to some degree. Because they're a waste of time. I don't know what it is, but my name is like on a blacklist between all these companies or something. Because I cannot even get an interview. But that all said, you know, I'm gonna keep trying because ultimately, I need to tackle the problem head on, not run away from it. I've got Minecraft Dungeons, Hollow Knight, and Silksong W. Let's go. Let me know what you think of all the games, dude. I hope you enjoy. Sponsor. Nah, I can't wait for the therapy sponsorship. I was gonna outright name BetterHelp, but I didn't want to like give them publicity for that moment. Because then I feel like I was kind of sponsored, but I just did it for free. You know, but we all knew the one I was probably talking about. You know, the one that has some questionable certification behind it. That one. Not judging anyone for using BetterHelp if you do. I do know it works for some people, and if it works for some, that's better than none. And I'm happy that it works for some people. But I have heard some horror stories with it, which is a little terrifying. Can't play due to a marching band competition tomorrow. That's completely fair. There's a lot of band competitions going on tomorrow from what I know. Alright. Anyway, all that said and done, I do want to go ahead and start wrapping up things, but I want to say one quick thank you to everybody for watching. It was a good stream today. We did 3 islands. 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2. So we've made some pretty good progress. If we do 3 more next week, if we do 3 every week, for every stream that we do this on, that'll be 6 a week. That's 3 weeks. We're fine if we can do that. Obviously, there's going to be some that are bigger and some that are smaller. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But I do want to do more. So they will sit there till Sunday. That's completely fair, dude. Completely fair. You got to do what you got to do. Thank you for sharing. These builds are awesome, and I love the app session here at the end. I did too. I appreciate you all for being here. Seriously. Good times. Good times all around. I will say, keep an eye out. Tomorrow we will be doing a stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can convert that to your own time zone if you need to. But we'll be doing a coverage for Minecraft Live, which is happening tomorrow, like I said. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be a good time, I think. Trying to find us a person to raid, so sit tight. I appreciate y'all for being here, though, seriously. I think I might actually be able to make that a... Let's go... See if they're streaming on YouTube as well, really quick. They are. Okay. YouTube and Twitch, we've got a raid ready. We are going to be saying hello to the MIG. They are playing on Skyblock Kingdoms. Pretty cool dude. I remember watching him a couple of times. I think you guys like him. So go hop in the raid. Get some free channel points if you're on the Twitch side. If you're on the YouTube side, then meet a cool streamer along the way. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys again tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.